that phone never ever got to me, I would have been one of those casualties. Yeah. It's crazy because I got into trading in jail. What happened was I exhausted that life. As far as I was concerned, that life was now dead to me, the life of crime. So I'm saying to myself, I've got to do something. I've got to do something outside of criminality. But I was used to making a lot of money in crime. I knew that I was never just going to be doing a 9 to 5. I'd be lying to myself if I said I was going to do that. Going through the difficult process of closing the door on the old me. I didn't know exactly what it was I wanted to do. And then I'd gone from category A to cat B to cat C. So I'm getting closer to getting back out into the so-called real world. And then I got hold of a phone. I had a phone in a DCAT prison. And on the phone, there was an app on there. It was a trading app, like plus 500. And literally, I was like pressing, didn't even know what I was doing. I was just pressing buttons on the app, and things was moving. I didn't know what I was doing. So that question's crazy because now that you're asking me that, it's taking me back to that time. But to think that I'm here now based on that, that's actually crazy for me. It's like raw, like. But there was something more within me that was desiring the change. So at that point, I'm looking at just buy and sell, buy and sell. I don't know. I didn't even know if it was my money. I didn't even understand, like, and then I started to ask all the questions of, well, how, where, when, why, all the questions. And with questions, you look for answers. And then it came at a crazy time as well because I was kind of oblivious to what was going on outside, in the outside world. I detached from that world. And I had a message from someone that had said some of the old connections had left a phone for me to connect with and, reconnect, and, they want to talk to me. That phone never ever got to me. That phone was at Encro. They went, let's just say they crossed from one part of the world to the other to give to someone who they know who was connected to me, knowing that I could have picked up that phone, that I was due to be coming out. That phone never came to me.
Could have went a whole different way if it did.
There's no doubt about that. I would have been one of those casualties. Yeah. Yeah. So, did I really want the phone? No. Now, the phone that I have access to in prison, I wasn't even connecting with the old life. I was using the phone to get information. Literally, the phone was, it was just a tool of information for me. Like, I've been so long where I'd been deprived of information, knowledge. I would cross-reference things from YouTube and Google and make lots of handwritten notes. So now I'm gaining the basic understanding of this app. That actually, I ain't making any money because you haven't put any money in there, obviously. So the question comes that, because now I'm getting information from YouTube, and there's like guys that are talking about how they're making money through this app, through what I now know as trading, financial markets. I trade one indice and one commodity. So I trade gold, digital gold, and I trade the NAS 100,
Okay.
which is the top 100 performing companies in
yeah.
the US. Yeah. So I only trade those two, and more recently, more just NAS 100. And how long did it take me to get to this point now? Well, 5 years, because 2 years in jail, and I've been out for 3 years. So 5 years to get to this point of being able to take money out of the markets.
Okay.
So I was losing for probably 3+ years, just losing everything, money, anything, everything. Prop firms, personal live accounts, just blowing them. When you realize how important trading psychology is, and if you can overcome from internal work, and this is where I say, and many people would say, that trading teaches you a lot about who you really are, like who you actually are as a person, not who you present yourself as and who you'd like to be. Who you actually are, the person within you comes out in your performance as a trader.
And what sort of stuff comes out? What stuff do you learn?
You
about
learn
yourself?
how greedy you are. You learn how revengeful you are. You learn how impatient you are, how impulsive you are, and how much of a risk taker you are, which is obviously can be connected to one of what I've just said. But a good trader, in one word, is a disciplined individual. Someone who has rules and can stick to them. Because I think you've heard me say before, there's 2 types of regret. In trading, you'll learn that you're either going to suffer the pain of discipline, or you're either going to suffer the pain of regret. So if you want to be profitable, you need to suffer the pain of the discipline. And discipline is going against things that are very natural and normal, or things that you're used to. Like you might be used to smoking, you might be used to sugar, you might be used to anything that gives you a sense of satisfaction. You've got to go against that, because in trading you're dealing with you've got it's difficult for people to deal with uncertainty, but because you never ever know what's next in trading, you have to be able to deal with, I'd say, risk. Risk for me is something that I was used to. And in the markets, if you're prepared to take a risk, it can be very beneficial. You can get a high reward, but you also are risking a lot. So I wouldn't really encourage that to be a part of somebody's strategy, because trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, with any risk, Yeah, I'm a scalp trader. At this point in my trading journey, I am a scalper.
What does that mean?
That means it's somebody that will, how do you say it? That will get into a position quickly and get out.
Okay.
And with like intraday traders, they will get into a position and they will stay in it for longer. So there's a lot more discomfort in being a intraday trader. And then also there is another style of trading which is called swing trading. Yeah, that's like a million miles away from me, because a swing trader will be someone that maybe buys today and will leave it for like a month or 2 or 3 or 6 months.
More long-term holds.
They're long term. But you'll see a lot more people with bigger capital that are swing traders. Where for me, I was more relying on it to deal with now. So that's probably one of the reasons why I've ended up becoming a scalper. There was, in the early days, there was an element of enjoyment. There was a buzz of thinking, from my phone, I have just made what somebody has just gone to work for the whole month. So for me, like, there's a whole euphoric kind of state, which is very dangerous in trading also. Very dangerous. You are in a part of the brain that is not logical. It's associated to emotion, and you can't make decisions in an emotional state. You need to make it from logical brain, logical thinking. So you need to get past what is the amygdala and get to the front cortex where logical thinking is. If you can do that as a trader consistently and pull it up as and when it's needed, providing your system, your strategy, providing that is a profitable strategy, then you will get returns and results. Your methodology has to be proven. Your strategy's got to be a profitable strategy, and then that's when you go over to the whole trading psychology thing. And if you can overcome that, then you can see real money out of this game. If you've got a system that has rules, if you're in an emotional state, you probably won't follow those rules. So whether you're losing or winning, if you have an emotion that is attached to those things, then you're not going to follow logic.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't follow the logic, and the logic is a system of rules. So when you're in a loss, if you're attached to that loss, then you're not going to be in logical. You're not going to be in logical brain, logical thinking. You're not going to be there. So you will make decisions that are outside of the plan. So that's why trading psychology and the emotions of the highs and lows, wins, losses, that is trading. That's the whole game. It's nothing to do with I wouldn't say it's nothing to do with the charts. It is about 10 to 15% of what people see. Oh, trading, look at that. You think that's everything. There's 90% of it that is in there.